Hi everyone, and welcome back on Adobe Live. We are still live on behance.net/live. It's about UX design this week, and for the second show of the day, I'm very happy to be with Madhis and Rolf.
Hey.
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 How is it going today? It's okay?
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Doing good.
Ready
You are
to
flying.
do this.
We are live from San Francisco, and we're flying from
New York.
New York, East Coast.
East Coast to West
East Coast, West Coast, yeah.
East Coast, West Coast. It's like in hip hop. It's a war.
Let's see.
So, actually, it's an international stream. I've just realized.
Extremely,
Yeah.
I feel like this is kind of the definition of the US, like French,
Yeah.
Iran, and Norway right here. It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
unique, yeah. I like
It's
it.
awesome. Okay, a lot of accents. Yeah, I hope you will enjoy the accents. Let us know where you are watching from, because let's see if we have people watching. We need one viewer from France, one from Norway,
Nice.
and one from Iran.
That'd be
Wow.
sweet.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if we have some viewers.
Comment from Iran.
Let us know in the chat. So the goal of Adobe Live is very easy. We invite top creatives and we ask them to create something live, share the creative process, answer all your questions. Don't hesitate to ask questions to our friends. Denmark, yeah. It's close enough, but it's not
Jordan.
Norway.
Yeah.
It's
Jordan.
not Norway. Sweden. Oh my God, we're getting closer now.
South Africa.
Ohio, Texas, New
New York
York,
City.
India, Slovakia. Okay, getting there.
Ooh.
Nobody from France? I mean,
Everywhere.
come on, guys. What are you doing? Egypt.
No,
Oh,
Okay,
come on,
getting
no.
closer. Syria, getting closer to Iran. Egypt, Kansas. Okay, Barcelona, India. Yeah, it's international also.
Oh, Iran.
Oh, Iran. And this is who? Behram. Oh, cool. So it's also international stream in the chat.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
From everywhere.
And we all share the same passion for design and UX design. So maybe you want to introduce yourself,
Sure.
who you are, how you work together.
So,
What is your story?
Yeah, my name is Madhis. I'm originally from Iran. I moved here 5 years ago. And I'm a freelance UI designer. I live in New York City with my husband, Rolf, who's here today.
Yep.
You know,
My name is Rolf, and I also live in New York City. And I work freelance currently for Google with this lovely lady.
I don't work in Google.
No, she doesn't
but
work in
we
Google,
Google.
live
like
We live
together.
together in New York, yeah.
The small and very promising startup, this Google.
Yep.
The
yep.
small company?
Yeah, the
Ah,
smallest one I think on the planet.
I think they can do very well like, in the
Yep.
future.
Yep. I
Huge
heard.
potential.
Yep.
Getting there.
And so yeah, what was the recent project you were working on when I contacted you for
Um,
Google?
Recently, the past 3.5 months, we were working on the new Google store.
The Google store.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, they launched about 2 weeks ago, I think, or
Okay.
3 weeks ago. Yeah, so it's pretty much fresh off the bat.
Cool.
Yep.
And so when I contacted both of you, you say, "Oh yeah, we used XD already. We worked on a
Yeah,
project
actually-
together."
Yeah, we played a lot with XD. Like, it's so lightweight. I never really touched Sketch too much.
Okay.
And I actually came straight out of Photoshop. So I'm pretty traditional that way, but
Because you're a UI
Yeah.
designer too, like.
yeah, but XD was lightweight,
Cool.
which I really liked. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was really encouraging me to use XD, and I loved it like right out of
Yep.
the way. It's like very light.
Awesome. So what is the plan? So you will have 2 hours today. You will also be live tomorrow and on Thursday, same time. So what is the plan for these 3 days?
We're gonna be working on a experimental project that we actually were talking about for over a year, conceptually. It's basically a beauty app for both genders, so both female and male, where you can.
Finally.
Yeah, exactly. There's a few of them out there, but there's nothing really that is targeting and tackling, connecting the consumer with the talent as an individual.
Okay.
It's all about the establishments. So we're gonna look into doing everything from sketching on the paper to doing gray boxing in XD to actually doing also UI
Wow.
in XD.
So over the 3 days, you will have the full process,
Yep.
starting from a blank page
Yep.
until UI design. Okay, awesome. Let's get started. How do you want to start?
I think we should start with some paper. Do you guys have just some blank paper and some pencils? We actually didn't bring any.
I'm sure Gus will.
If you have any,
Gus!
that'd be awesome. If not, we can start
Help
straight in
us.
in gray box.
Yes. Is it enough or no? No, we need.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah? Or maybe it's too small, no?
Honestly, like as long as you have a pencil and a paper, that should do the job.
Okay. They will find paper. It's Adobe, we created PDF,
Yeah.
so it's very hard to find
it's
paper.
a lot of
here.
digital, I know. Yeah.
A lot of digital.
So many comments.
Where is your Instagram or Twitter handle? Oh yeah, if they want to follow you, follow your work, what is the best way?
Yeah. I mean, I think most of my work is on Behance.
Yeah.
Mine
So actually,
is-
if you're on Behance,
yeah, actually my Instagram and everything is on the Behance.
yeah, just check their profiles on Behance, and I'm sure you will find their work. Oh, we found some paper.
Nice.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Thank you, Gus. Finding paper at Adobe, not easy. What's wrong with the notepad? It's too small, Paul. So I wanted to have a bigger surface because
Yep.
we'll use the GoPro.
Sweet.
So I want them to work in professional conditions. Okay, so I will be the GoPro operator.
Nice. Yeah, there we go.
Don't pay. Okay, I will find a way.
You'll find a way?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we should just like think about the overall, like this is gonna be really done freestyle on the go, which I think is nice because it's gonna be done organically the way we normally work. So let's literally start with thinking about the main screen, which is gonna be the splash screen. I think it's like
The welcome.
yeah, the welcome screen. Let's talk about like maybe have some kind of hero image. And have some kind of welcome message with a CTA at the bottom, engaging the user to
No, they love the tattoos.
kick it off. Oh, they love the tattoos, yeah. And this could be potentially a video, it could be an image. It really depends on the content we could kind of either produce ourselves or find. Going on from there, maybe like we could have a I would try to avoid having the onboarding right away because I kind of want people to discover the content first.
Yeah, you don't want to make them like sign up for
Yeah,
something.
I kind of want
before
people
they
to see
know.
what this is. So there's just so many apps out there. I don't want people to really feel like, hey, you're asking for too much information right away.
Yeah.
I kind of want them to see what we have to offer before potentially they're
Getting their information.
they're actually getting asked to give their email or phone number away. So we could start with a feed, explore. My beautiful handwriting here, and then potentially like you could select like the location right away. Bit of drop down. Again, like this is gonna be redefine these sketches. Like this is so rough. This is like literally something I call napkin sketches, which is whenever you have an idea and like
At the restaurant?
Yeah, exactly. When you have an idea like in a cafeteria, you have a cup of coffee, you get a bit too hyper on the caffeine. Like you're literally just starting to sketch off the paper. And they look like this, and then you redefine them for presentation purposes later. But okay, so
So
let's
you're
talk
gonna
about the
have the
categories. Let's talk a little bit about the
genders too.
categories. Well, yeah. So here's the first actual obstacle, because if you want genders, I want to serve up the categories. So if you're a guy, you're gonna have less categories than a girl. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
because like
They're already arguing.
yeah. Now this is a discussion of like getting to a good point. I think okay. So if you're a girl, you're gonna have haircut. That's for sure. That's one of them.
yes, color, haircut, nail. There's so many stuff happening.
It's color and haircut.
Makeup.
Styling. I would just call it styling.
Yeah. Styling can be for hair too, but makeup and stuff.
And nails.
And nails. for sure.
Okay, let's like say like as far as like if you're a female user, this would be like the core categories for you.
We can add as we go.
And then of course you can add. And then
if
like
you guys know other
yeah, if you guys want to
segments.
like bring in more, opinions about the categories, you can add in here. That would be awesome as well. And then if you're a dude, it's gonna be a little bit simpler. Let's explore. It's gonna get better, I promise. If you're a guy, you're gonna look for a barber, and you're gonna look for a haircut,
Yeah.
and you're gonna look for. I mean, color is not really a thing for guys, is it?
Yeah, it is.
But not nails, is it?
Everything. is.
Okay.
Yeah, we need everything.
Like,
Okay,
what
I'm gonna.
what our barbers do.
I don't know about France, man, but like here, I don't think like
No,
nails
nails-
is a big
no,
thing.
not
No.
a big thing. Not
Okay.
a priority.
Okay, so let's do haircut. Actually, let's start with barber. I think that's the biggest thing for guys.
Beard, mustache in the chat. Yep.
Beard,
Yeah.
they say.
Grooming.
Mustache.
Grooming, so that's all underneath barber, I feel like.
A lot of mustache.
And since I think guys are gonna have less services or categories than female, I'm gonna do the thumbnails a little bit different. So I'm gonna just list them out as a little bit more full bleed kind of style-wise. Since we're gonna have more categories for female, I think we're gonna just list them in 2 columns. And again, this is gonna come better off in gray boxing, but just to kick it off. And then, okay, so we're saying, okay, so we have barber, we have haircut.
Wax and shave, they say.
Okay, that's another one too. Then we're into the spa level here, I think, underneath here. Okay, haircut. And styling, I feel like if you're a dude, you can get
Skincare.
style, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like fashion, you mean? Fashion style?
Yeah, just like,
It's like style your...
get some good stuff in the hair and whatever, and then, get some styling going.
Hot towel.
Okay, what else?
Massage.
Massage.
yeah.
Massage.
That can be like a spa kind of thing.
I feel like,
Yes.
spa feature, like, yeah.
The thing is, this is gonna be kind of like a Behance for like a hairstylist or something. It's all about the
Yeah.
people who are doing it more than the the shops or the salons.
The establishment. So
The
I think
establishment.
what we're trying to do is like really like seeing this app as being for someone which is really into their craft, as far as the hair goes or the styling or the barbers. You can go to a barber and spend $15 and it's gonna be there after, but you can also go to a barber and spend $50-$60 and it's gonna be more premium. So I think, yeah, there you go, man. That's a good angle. I really think that it should be minimalized to what people are very specialized in.
Yeah.
I think skin is still one category that people are very specialized in.
Yeah, you can add skin too for both genders.
Really? That's like
A
a
lot
thing
of
for
people are
guys?
saying that whatever it is for
Both genders.
So
Okay, our napkins are running out. I'm gonna continue on the next one underneath there. Skin. Let me have skin here as well.
Chairs, hair waxing.
What else?
We can start with that and then add to it.
Okay, so let's say like overall,
You
like
work on the categories.
yeah, overall
as we
this is like the categories you can go with. But now it's actually that many categories that I think like if we're adding skin to guys, it'd be worth like maybe actually having it in the same 2-column structure. My thought that skin was more like a female thing, and that's why I eliminated it for guys.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's both genders for sure.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think we should like revise this a little bit. Okay. We're revising stuff. That's fine. So let's do this. Explore, and then location, and then here, color.
Hi Vicky, thanks for
And
joining.
styling.
So now they're prototyping on paper, trying to define the experience of a beauty app for both genders.
And then this was like my handwriting is getting horrible. It's just getting worse and worse. Nails, of course. There you go. Nails. And skin. Okay. So for guys, it'll be the same minus skin. So we just, I mean minus nails. So we just move skin up.
So yeah, the idea of this app basically came to us when we were like, sometimes you work with someone in a barbershop or hair salon or somewhere, and then you really like them, but they move somewhere else, but it's hard to find them afterwards because
Right.
you just know that salon.
Establishment.
Yeah, so it's this way you can really follow the people who work you love, or like and make it more about the artist.
And then it just says CTA underneath to proceed. So I think like, well actually you don't need a CTA here because you just select the category and that'll be it. So going in from the category, I think you should have like some kind of feed. Talking about the individual. or the talent. So we can keep the explore title, and the location thing can still stick around with the users. And then I think this could be like a more like a full blade thumbnail kind of thing to really kind of like celebrate their work, or you know, like something in the background which is really talking about the craft they're doing. So potentially, you know, like a image like this, and then you can maybe have like, I know this is a little bit cliche, but like an avatar in the middle there. There could be a square or something else, and then their name, and maybe location. And let's also touch in on the rating aspect of this.
Yeah, so you have to be able to rate your experience.
But the rating should be applied based off of the specific service and not the establishment, because that's the occurring issue today, right?
So, like for example, currently, if you want to go and find a good salon, you will go somewhere like Yelp and like look up that salons, and they have like a mix of rating for like the different services they do, and it might not be the thing you're looking for. It might not be the thing that people are rating for it specifically. So this way it would be more towards like that. Like if you want a haircut and someone is good in doing a haircut, then you find that.
I need a haircut.
It's hard to differentiate. Exactly, man. We're making this app for you.
Thanks.
That's what that is.
Do you have a name for the app? Or
No,
you...
not
No,
yet.
so we were actually thinking about maybe bringing the audience in on that. If they want to like play with the idea of
You
that
can start to
name
brainstorm.
based on the subject of this app, and also even like if they want to start to play with the logo in the background, because that's not something we thought about.
Yeah.
So maybe first we need to find a name so they can help us, and once we find the name, maybe they can help designing a logo.
Yeah, I mean the name could be independent of the logo. I feel like the logo could be like, you know, like a symbol.
Ah, okay, like a symbol. Okay, let's do that.
I mean, it's, you know, app days and everything, like, you know, app icons. But but no, yeah, totally. I think if you start with a name, that would be healthy.
So yeah, you can start brainstorming in the chat, or if you want to start designing a logo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Without
think
having
that's
the
good.
name. Yeah.
I think you just dive into it
And share the logo with us.
Yeah. Okay, just finishing this feed thing. So again, like a few more avatars going down here.
And I see we have more entries, so let me.
Bring
Maybe
it
I
up.
can remind them what's going on.
Yep.
Where is it? Doo-doo-doo. Here.
What do you think about my sketches, baby? Do you think they're good?
Yeah, I like it.
So today the theme of the day
confusing.
is travel. So we invite you to use Adobe XD. If you're not a member of Creative Cloud, you can download and install the free trial, and download an experience. You design an experience with at least 3 screens, okay, and use the prototype view to add interaction. So basically, you click on an element and you say, if I click here, I want to jump to this screen, and you can share at the end. Here, share button, and it will create a link that you can paste in the chat with us, okay? And during the show, we will feature your entries, your prototype, and at the end of the show, I will ask you to choose your favorite one, because the favorite one will get a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription.
Wow.
Nice.
It's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
I already see some names coming.
Harry.
Harry.
Metro Makeup.
Makeup. Care Connect. Self-care.
I like self-care.
Self-care.
There's something to it. Yeah. I mean, it's about you and taking care of yourself and feeling good.
Self-care.
Oh,
Yeah.
they can't hear me. Should I shout?
Oh yeah.
No,
You
we can
go a little bit
increase
closer
your-
to the microphone there.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
sure
we
we
got
can
a
hear
feed
Madhis.
going here as far as the talent goes. So this would be like
I can move it closer too.
a thumbnail celebrating the work that they're featuring. They want to feature their avatar, their name, potentially the rating. I don't think you want to do the location here, because you can choose the location on top anyways.
Beautification.
Yeah.
Beautification.
That's nice.
Get styled.
Treat yourself.
There's some nice.
There's some good ones out there. Okay, so I think like from this screen, I would allow the user to dive into actually seeing the portfolio of the individual. So let's take point in a female experience journey. So let's say you're going on here looking for haircuts and color potentially. And you're clicking on, you know, someone that you either already know of, or you just really like their rating and their celebrated photo. Then we can have an avatar.
So you basically see their work sample.
Follow. And we're gonna have a back.
You can have like their social media connected
Name.
to that. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people post their stuff on work samples.
What
Instagram.
else?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That's a fancy one. I like it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can emphasize the you. You know, it's all by you. Rating, XXX. And then I think it's just okay. So since this is like based on categories, I think like the portfolio underneath should potentially be, you know, styling. Let's say that she's specifically like really good at styling, or let's do a haircut. Actually, let's start with that since it's the first thing in the hierarchy. This is gonna be so much easier to read once it's the next two, but and then we can have like a little grid, you know, like 2 photos, or like a shelf thing, maybe like even, you know, like you can see
Just
more.
you can
Yeah, swipe them out. And then maybe you can have styling and same drill with the photos.
So the reviews are gonna be all together underneath, or
Good question. Yeah.
specifically
So
on each
since we
one?
want to attach reviews to the specific service people are doing and really try to narrow that down and not be too overall, I think maybe it would be worth considering having the reviews underneath each category instead of having it at the bottom. Because if it's at the bottom, it's gonna start again to be very like generalized.
Yeah.
Beauty for you.
Yeah, there were also Beau and Belle, like they tried to play some French words.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
It's all
more
this
classy.
is yeah. I like French. Why not bring that to the
Beau-
table?
What beauty?
Beauty warehouse,
Room.
groom room, styling. Okay. Yeah, we'll find a name.
Okay, so about the reviews. Actually, let's actually think about if we
Maybe
should
underneath
each
section.
category.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing with that is then you're starting to like create this like scroll thing. I mean, it's an app, so it's just to scroll, and it's not the website. That's true.
Before I used
yeah.
to
You can
scrolling.
scroll.
Yeah, you can pinch down, you know, like if you get excited.
They're like
Just, you know, transferring this over, so haircut. And then again the thumbnails with the shelves. And then reviews.
yeah.
The reviews.
So, you know, paragraph and name. And I guess stars. Or in this case it's X's. But we should probably cap it. So let's say like you're featuring like 2-3 reviews, and then you get a chance to see the next category of the portfolio, not to like make it too long of a vertical.
See, like there is always like a overall review, like, you know, it's not like, so there's like a
You mean like it's just like automatically posting the latest ones, or?
just like the overall review is like out of like it's like 4 out of how many? It's like you just see the stars. You don't see what they write.
Oh, so you want to minimize it
Yeah,
to like
you
actually
can-
just showing stars.
Yeah. Or
And then when you tap on it, then
Yeah,
you
you
see the
can read.
actual information and what they said. I mean, that's yeah, it's something too. That's actually interesting. I never saw that before.
So you can have like the stars here,
Yeah.
and then if you want, you can see what
Yeah.
they said.
Do you want to try to sketch a little bit? You might be better at this than me, actually. Like if you're taking, yeah, I'm just making a mess here. But so potentially, like I like the idea of just showing stars as a graphical way of like the rating right away, or their initial like thought of the service.
It's your
And
entry
then
point.
tap exactly, and then
before
you're
getting
tapping
some
in,
details.
so you can get more details.
So you have the
Interesting.
name here. I think we're the same.
Yeah, same level. I like it.
Same
Yeah,
level
yeah,
of
yeah.
sketching.
You know, it's on the go.
So we just add the stars here. How about that?
Yep,
Oopsie.
stars, X's, you know, whatever they're called. But okay.
And then
Oh wait,
you
but
have,
you
like,
should still.
more.
Yeah. So now I just want to differentiate the stars, which is for the rating of the person.
No,
and
no,
the
you have
stars,
this,
exactly.
Like you have.
Yeah,
you
that's just
say,
have to
like-
be clear.
You say like haircut, for example,
Yeah.
and then you go down. It's like color,
Yep.
And then this one has its own sample images.
So each category has
and then
its own review.
And then it has its own review. So something like that.
Yep. You can try to like clean sketch this a little bit more, you know.
Clean up, allure. No, they are still very creative.
Oh, the names?
BUT, yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, we need some good names because that's where we're struggling right now, along
Bubble
with the wireframes themselves. But you know,
His and Hers, House of Style, Purify, Style Appeal.
Next, follow.
Bow and Bell.
Yeah, I like your lettering, baby. It's really good. And then X, and just another image.
Are we doing this over and over?
No, because okay, so just like to make this even more clear for folks. So like I think actually, you know what? Let's just do this.
Starshine.
I think we need to have a biography because I really want this to be a little bit more sophisticated and premium than if you go on Yelp and look for a barber.
Yeah.
I want the individual talent to have an opportunity to talk a little bit about themselves in a little bio. So I think what we should do is to have like an avatar and a featured image. There's basically something they choose themselves as a cover image, you know, similar to Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And their name, their rating underneath, which is, you know, average summary rating of all the rating they received from users. And then also have a little biography underneath of a few paragraphs, which like maybe like a tap, read more kind of thing underneath. And then underneath there, then I think we can start to like show the actual work they have to get to the portfolio. Actually, no, I think we should have I think we should break up this section with having like check availability. So in between the information about like reading about the person, getting a little bit of tease of their work, and discovering more of their work, in between there I think we should have like check availability, because I think there's a point where you are in a vertical where you can be like, you know, I might actually want to like book this person.
Yeah.
Or it could be like a sticky thing at the bottom, but either way, let's just like put it at the middle here for now.
So this is gonna like have, with this app, you're gonna have the ability to make your appointment directly here, and you don't have to like.
Oh, nice.
And you're gonna
And have to contact.
You can see actually if the days that they're available before you contact them, so you don't have to like.
You will see their calendar. Basically, the users will connect with their calendar to see their availability right away. And even like a social aspect to this, which is something we thought about a while ago, was to even be able to like do a 3D face map of your face. Like, you know, similar to the filters and Snapchat and everything. They're funny, but at the same time, they're actually pretty good these days. So if you find the right developer to help you out on this, like, you could actually do something really neat. Where you could, like, maybe test out, like, a few different... Exactly, haircuts, makeup, I don't know about nails, potentially.
That's a good idea.
Or even, like, a certain shape of the beard.
Yeah,
and share that.
There.
Yeah, exactly. And even share that with the barber. To like get some feedback,
like
is this fitting my face, you know, like is this my style, and they know their craft, so they will be able to give you feedback on the go before you even come in and do it. So it's like a little bit more upfront planning before you're actually sitting in a chair and actually doing it, which I think is interesting, and it's not something I've seen before, so it makes it a little bit unique. Okay, so check availability, and then I think we can start on the portfolio. So haircut, and then we have a few thumbnails and a shelf. How are we doing on the names, guys? Anything good?
We have 100.
Wow, that's amazing.
You really
Thank
have
you guys. That's
choice.
amazing.
Very cool.
And also they share some prototypes. You want to see some prototypes?
Absolutely. Let's bring it up. Yeah.
Let's do it. So we check 3. So the first one is be safe. So again, the theme is travel.
Yeah.
Okay? I recognize this type of symbol.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the embroidering. Sign up, Facebook. Very clean. I guess this designer used Apple iOS UI
keyboard.
kit, you know?
Yep.
Oh, Simon. Okay, welcome, Simon. Let's go.
Wait, so what was that backpack in the beginning there? Can you go back on that? So this backpack is illustrating, so it's destination going through a backpack, and then
you create your trip.
Okay, I see. Starting point, destination. Cool.
Oh, okay. So you add everything. I will hike from this to here. I can invite some friends, and this is my profile.
Cool.
That's good. It was created live, you know.
Yeah,
Wow.
I like it.
Good. Then we had Also another prototype, maybe mountain, maybe exotic. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I don't think it will be a hit on the App Store, but it's a nice try. But at least
Needs a little bit
I
more
guess
work.
maybe it's your first prototype with XD. I mean,
Hey man,
that's
yeah,
good.
this is exactly like my first thing too. Like it looked
Yeah.
like that, you know,
Just want to
sliding
try
them, that was hard
transitions,
enough, you
yeah.
know? Yeah, totally.
3 days in San Francisco. Okay, let's pick
So
San
a feed,
Francisco
there's a
then.
feed.
Went to go on vacation. Okay,
It's
next
article.
typography. The list, like Daniel. Good job.
Yeah,
Create a travel guide.
nice.
Oh.
Okay, and you can check your, what you want to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Yeah. Keep sharing your prototypes. We want you to create this type of experience. Share them with us using XD. In the chat, there is a contest tab on behance.net/live. Okay, that you can check.
Cool.
very
Looks
good
sweet.
already.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think like we can of course like play with this forever, but I think like, you know, like on a high level of a profile, I think this kind of hierarchy would make sense on a vertical. So maybe like let's think a little bit more high level about the booking process potentially
Yeah.
before moving into
Having-
XD.
Having the calendar.
Yeah, so I think the first thing you want to see is like the availability, right? Oh my god, these slides are not straight. Okay, so calendar would be like, of course, the days. So it would be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
it's
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then you would have all these numbers. I'm not even gonna do all of them right now because it's gonna take a while, but just to get the whole month down. And then you could potentially, with this, you could see which one you're on. So this is the today's date potentially. Oh yeah, my bad. You're not.
Yeah,
GoPro
don't
in
worry.
it.
Yeah, I'm just
Experimenting
with the GoPro.
Yeah. Well, I like it.
Like I'm the GoPro Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
I'm working. I'm doing like
Waiting for yours, Oscar.
There we are. You should be a cinematographer,
You think
Michael.
I will be nominated?
Yeah.
At the Oscars?
No, you're doing good.
Yeah, it's coming.
Um, okay, so we have today's date that could be like squared in, and then potentially like the dates where the talent are booked in with like most of the dates. Maybe like there is like a little indication underneath the dates, a dot or something similar. And then maybe the selected that you're tapping on could be, like a filled.
You can have
fill
like
square?
the days that are already full.
It will definitely
like,
fall. Okay.
Wait.
Oh,
Don't worry, it will.
It will fall.
oh, this guy's gonna
Yeah.
fall. Yeah, let's ride as
We're-
long as
Be
we
ready.
can.
Okay.
We're waiting
Yeah.
for it.
This is not stable. at
Yeah. And then we can have a, proceed CT underneath. Potentially this would be a calendar, the month on top.
Thanks, Mariam.
Thanks, Mariam, for the feedback. She's very proud of your work. Very proud.
Thank you.
Yeah, so also like a go back to the profile kind of CT here, and then we have so we have the month, we have the week, we have the entire month as far as days, and then we
then-
have some kind of
Of course, you can tap on the dates and you see like the whole hours and like.
yeah, you can
listed.
exactly
Those
like
are gonna
iOS
be
calendar. Yep.
as we go.
So we are the user experience test. Okay, so we're not there yet.
Yeah, we're still
This
doing
is
napkin
coming.
sketches. We're gonna get to XD
we have
very
3
soon.
days.
Yeah. So through these
coming.
3 days, we're gonna take you through everything from this, napkin sketches, which is looking the way they are,
To be
which
funny,
is just like kind of
when-
like get ideas down on the paper, and then also doing gray boxing, and then actually also doing UI, because both me and Madhis are actually UI designers. We're not actually UX designers, but of course, when you are doing UI,
Yeah,
you're also
you
tapping
have this
into UX as
affinity
well.
to
Yeah,
UX,
I mean it's a part of the game, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have to tap into it.
And maybe when we have an interactive prototype ready, like over the 3 days, we can pick randomly someone
Yep,
in the
Yeah.
office to do some user testing.
for
That'd be
sure.
cool.
That'd be interesting.
Just randomly
Yeah.
pick someone.
Break it apart,
And we won't
Find all the flaws.
tell them that they are live.
No.
Yeah.
We won't tell them. We just say, okay, can you try this, please?
I like that. It's sneaky.
Okay, let's do that.
Something.
Okay, so we got the calendar on a high level down.
And then you.
Hi,
have
Marikar. Yeah, this is
to-
live now on Behance. Yeah. Yeah, it's new. Oh, yeah, by the way. I don't even realize. Yeah. So this is there is a new live tab on Behance. This is the new official live stream that we're doing.
So cool.
Adobe Live from San Francisco on Behance. It's about UX design this week. Next week it will be about graphic design and packaging.
Ooh,
And
Nice.
within 2 weeks, illustration and digital painting.
Yeah.
nice. You guys had some topography too, huh?
And lettering is coming
Lettering. Okay.
in January. working on it.
Nice.
We had a lettering artist yesterday in the office, Stefan Kunz,
Yeah.
and he did some lettering for us. Yeah, I will try to share it with you.
Was it better than the lettering I was doing on these wireframes, or
No, it's as good as this one.
as good as this?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I like to hear that.
Like I can almost read the letters for the days. Almost.
Alien.
Yeah, I also saw you guys had like some really nice illustrations out in the hallway here from an illustrator did something for the baseball team or something.
Oh, Robzilla, he's in the
Yeah,
chat
that
actually.
was
Oh,
so
nice.
cool.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh
Good
my
job,
God,
dude.
Yeah.
nice
That looks really
work.
sweet. I'm jealous.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, amazing work.
So after this,
Days.
it's supposed to have a place that you can pay and tip and not have all of that to deal with in the salon. You should be like,
Yeah, all that hassle has to
automatically-
go. Like, you shouldn't talk about money once you're
Yeah.
there. You should come there, have a good time, talk with the talent,
And just with a tap,
get
like,
amazing
hey.
service. Yeah, and then you pay with the click. I mean, you pay up front. That's the whole purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, Uber for hairstylists, but in a more premium sense.
It's a
Uh,
balance.
So Kevin is asking you, what do you think about quantified self tracking with apps, for example? You have any personal idea what makes sense to track what's not done before? So it's very philosophical. I didn't get it, Kevin. Your question looks awesome, but I didn't get it.
Quantified
Okay,
self.
let's try to pick some words from Kevin's question.
I think it's about the name, right, Kevin? Quantified self. What is that?
Oh. Okay, Kevin, we need more more
We
details.
need more info.
We tried our best.
I'm gonna continue on the calendar so that you have to pick your day
I find-
afterwards. Let's do. Today's 24th, right? 24th.
Cut and savvy. they're still finding names. Okay, so now you are okay. So that's the date. Let me guess. Is it the 24th?
Yeah, man, it should.
This
It
is
should
good
be. I
lettering.
know it's like it's
is nice
falling a little
lettering
bit down
now.
here, but you know, pick a day, or I mean, so you already picked the day here. I think this should just be like a confirmation, and then actually there should be time on the next one. So I'm taking this one back. It should not be the date anymore. It should be the time of the day.
Oh, he's okay. He's asking like tracking data about your personal things to improve yourself, like betterment. You know, when you track. What could it be?
Data about your person.
You know, like when you do running or like when you exercise, you track
Yep.
your data and you try to improve yourself. So maybe Kevin is asking, like, is there a way with beauty or taking care of yourself,
To track your
track
beauty.
track data?
This is more about like just making you the process of dealing with a hairstylist easier. I don't think it's something that you will like use it on a daily basis. You just
Yeah.
use it when you need to do like
When you
make
need
an
a-
appointment, find someone.
You need a haircut.
Yeah, you need a haircut. You
Yeah.
find someone. You make an appointment. Easy and just pay for it easier.
So other available times underneath. I'm just thinking about the actual time of the day at this point.
They want a confirmation screen with a big check mark. A big
Oh
one.
yeah, and I'll make it super big for sure. Yeah.
You.
Okay. So I don't. Yeah, potentially through the day would be like maybe let's say it's 5-6 slots. Out of experience, like if you're a fancy barber or a hairstylist, I mean it's a little bit different from female and male because female takes normally a little bit longer. They would have like how many slots would they have available in a day? You think?
I think it's like an hour to an hour
8?
and a half to like do like one.
Maybe 6.
Maybe 6.
minutes.
So we'd have like potential like 2 rows.
And I
of
guess
this
with
underneath.
the app, they would have open slots, but also they would keep slots for their favorite customers.
Yeah,
So usually
potentially.
in the app, they don't show everything.
Show everything
Yeah,
exactly.
They want to keep some flexibility. Someone is asking in the chat, so you worked on the UX and UI design, you know, for applications.
Yep.
Can you explain what is the process? Like, how does it become a real app, you know, after? Like, what is your process when you design an app? Like, how do you pass it to a developer or a team or?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I think like it really depends on the developer you're working with. I've been working with developers that kind of like just want my PSD file or my XD file,
Oh, okay.
and they just pull all the graphics out themselves, and that's the most comforting way they like to do it. because then they have complete control over the way they're pulling it out, and like all the way they're
the
slicing all the
margins,
different
stuff, yeah.
exactly. And then I had developers which literally wanted me to slice all the different graphics for them. And either way, it's fine, but it really comes down to the developer and the experience they have and their preferences, I feel like. So I'm always trying to support the developer. So whatever way they like to get it delivered is the way I try to accommodate for delivering it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's good, yeah. If you have developers that just need to design assets, that's the
Yeah,
best.
it's
Yep.
easy.
Yeah, for sure.
WeTransfer.
Yeah.
Do you develop too? Do you code?
Say again?
Do you code also?
No, man. I
used to, no?
tried. Yeah, so my story is that I think 10, 12 years ago I did ActionScript in Flash, back in the Macromedia days before Adobe bought Flash, and I was not good at it, so I just gave it up. Yeah.
We are in the Flash building.
Yeah. Oh, really? Is that the story?
Yeah.
I had not. So Macromedia used to be here.
Yeah.
Wow. There we go. Just changed the logo on the building, and there you are.
You can travel back in time.
Yeah, no, I was never good at development, and I
We
was
still
left
have
at the
Flash
people.
engineers actually in the building.
Oh, really?
They're
Yeah.
ghosts.
Yeah, they're walking around if
Yeah.
we're staying after 6 o'clock,
Very
you might see
scary.
them and stuff. Yeah.
They're like ActionScript. Very scary.
Yeah. No, Flash is funny though. It really that whole thing changed fast when I guess when Apple devices didn't want to support it anymore, and they just kind of could not really do it anymore because of the responsiveness to the fact that a lot of people were on mobile devices.
Yeah.
And,
I know in JavaScript you have in HTML5 you have a lot of concepts.
Yeah.
That was introduced in Flash, so
yeah.
you can have amazing experiences.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it's actually even better these days than it was before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think even having the knowledge of using Flash before is still very handy as far as using Animate. Because I
it's
still
true.
use Animate to do animations for my UI work.
To express.
Yeah, I mean
something.
it depends on what you're doing. Sometimes I'm using After Effects, but a lot of times I'm actually using still the good old time frame or keyframes in Animate, and it's just fast for me because I used to do a lot of it before.
F6.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
F6,
F6 convert to movie clips, and there you go. You're on your way. Okay, so we have the day.
Okay, we have the day.
And we have the time of the
time.
day. And then I also think before we even start to ask for the sign up or sign in, I think we maybe want to talk about potentially if you want to add additional services.
Because when you're making the appointment, you actually have to sign in. You don't have to sign in or sign up right away when you enter the app, but if you want to make an appointment and have because the stylist needs to know information about you as well, and they need to make sure that you're going to be there.
Okay, and I'm checking because
I think
we receive more prototypes, so I'm checking them now.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, we have a look before. I need to have a look before. You can keep working.
Okay, so I think the question is should the sign in or sign up request happen once you tap on check availability? Should you allow the user to check see the availability first and then sign in?
I think you can see the availability first, and then if you want to make an appointment, before making an appointment, you have to sign up or sign in.
Okay, so you can basically take them through all the steps, because then you feel you invested so much into this anyway, so you're probably gonna sign up if you're a new user. So you kind of get him on that.
Yeah.
Like it. Okay, I'm gonna leave this guy out of it.
Okay, we can feature
And-
3 more prototypes.
Yep.
Yay.
So where should I go?
Cool. Sun, nature.
Who used this typeface?
Not cool, guys.
I'm at war with Lobster.
Oh.
I can kill.
Really?
I didn't know.
I
But yeah, that's
I hope it's a joke. Okay.
culture.
So the good news is that you
nature.
can. You should go to Norway. Somewhere.
Oh yeah, I like
Very
it.
smart.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The,
we want to
the
win.
war is over.
The fjords, I missed
The
them
worst
already.
of. Have
We're
fun, to our
again.
friend. Okay, good job with your first prototype. We need to talk about typography.
So fun, nature, culture. That was basically
And
sliders of
triple. Looks good. Huh? It's a nice welcome screen. I like the gradient here. Huh?
Maybe that username password is a little bit dark. for
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, it
no?
might be hard to read it.
Hard to read, but
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay, where do you want to go?
Switzerland.
You can only go to New York.
New York, yay.
You can only go to New York.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice.
Time to
And they
visit
have the
or
weather.
Europe, fly from.
So, yeah.
It's nice. It's clean.
Yeah, I like
very
it.
Yeah,
nice.
it's very
I like
clean.
that they show a
Good
bit
job.
Based on
icons.
a lot of imagery, which is like really
Yeah.
selling the experience and where you want to go and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Travel,
Travel,
go,
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 go.
Let's go. Okay, scroll. Okay, good job. Where can I click? Oh, everywhere. Okay. And we go to Dallas, and I can zoom in. Oh, it's a nice trick. You see the pop-up?
Yeah,
Good job. So these are actually two screens. Okay, if you design in XD, and you just transition with a dissolve transition. It's a nice trick.
Nice.
The back button might be a little bit small for
Yeah.
my thumb on the mobile device, but this is something you can try with device preview and see if you can
Yeah, how it feels for
how it
your
feels and if you
index
can
finger.
click on the back button. I'm not sure. What is your recommendation? You know, sometimes we say like you need at least like 36 pixels. You know, like
I
you
tend to
feel
keep
it
my
now.
icons like 50
50.
by 50
Okay,
even.
50
Like
by
it really
50.
depends on the style you're going with, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but
keep
yeah.
sharing. That's good.
Definitely edgy,
job.
edgy in topography and test there on the travel topography. Okay, so we are at time and picking basically your time. So the way I would imagine this working is basically like you could either like see like a preferred time, like the closest I guess to the availability,
Yeah.
or even like just some kind of default time happening in the middle here. And then you can see the rest of the availability underneath. And then you can just tap and select if you want prefer something else.
So you'll list the available time?
You
or
can either
just-
list them and then tap on it, then we get like a time picker kind of picking up. Which would be like the typical iOS one if you're an iOS, which is like kind of like this lines. And then a proceed CTA underneath. And then once you're through the calendar and the time of day, I guess we need to ask for a sign up or
Yeah.
sign in. Yeah.
Let's
Because that's kind of the
sign
last
up.
step. I don't think you really need any more information after that point besides like giving away your information to the individual which is going to serve you. So signing up, I guess like we can by default like just send them to a sign in screen, taking into consideration that you used that before with like a CTA at the bottom for
signing up
sign
if
up.
they're not signed up.
Yeah.
So having a sign in here and or sign up,
So
writing it
sign in
on the bottom.
and then
It's
have
a
like
mobile
a,
app, so I guess usually with the mobile apps you sign in once. See what I mean?
You do, but let's say you got a new
So-
phone and you re-download the app.
Yeah, and you need to
And
sign in
Yeah,
again.
so you're still gonna have to have that feature available.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Sign in. Yeah, I see. What you mean.
So I would probably just have sign in right away. Taking in consideration that you already are a user and this is also something that can be updated in App Store and changed over time. So let's say the first time this app is launching,
Oh, yeah.
obviously no one has it, and you can like
point.
serve up the sign up right away, and then you can change that hierarchy around as the app gets more known in the market. So this could be potentially sign. Okay, so let's say this is a fresh new app. No one knows about it.
This is the launch week.
Yeah, this is the launch week. We're doing it right
You
here
had 7
now.
users.
And then so sign up, and then we would ask for. I want the full
Facebook?
name. Yeah, I think
that's easier.
Facebook Connect could totally be like, Facebook could be like a valid option to
Facebook?
just like skip all the hassle
Yep.
and just dive straight into it.
They usually put Facebook and Twitter
Yeah.
sign up.
I feel like even more people have Facebook than Twitter.
Yeah.
Like everyone
Yeah.
has Facebook. Like it's just so common. But yeah, even Twitter would be fine. But I think we'd still want to
Maybe
like
we can
keep,
ask them like in the chat, like when you have a sign-in experience
Yep.
and when you see a Facebook button or a Twitter button, like is it something that you use or you prefer to enter yourself, name, email? Like, do you trust the Facebook authentication?
Yeah, I feel like it's very 50-50, but I feel like it's also, I guess it's like a demographic kind of thing, right?
But
Where
it's so fast, you know.
like
it's
young
just,
people like really just they
hassle-free.
go with it, and then
Yeah.
if you're a little bit older and like I don't want to give away my information. And stuff. I'm not sure if like I don't know
Like,
what
you
I don't know
make
what
it too.
Facebook is gonna do with it. And it also comes down to the brand of the app, right? So if it's Uber, you trust them, I guess. And if
Maybe.
it's
Yeah,
and
they
if
like
it's
the
like
Google
something brand
login.
new.
The
Google
Google
login.
login too. Okay.
Say again.
Google
The
login.
Google one. Your Google ID.
Oh, Google, the Google Plus, or
No,
Or,
just like a
yeah, the
Google,
Google,
login. Like
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can use your Google login as well.
and then you can just say sign in on the bottom.
Okay, so in that case, should we like serve up like these kind of like ways of logging in first, and then put like the social connects underneath?
They're in hurry for a haircut. They don't want to sign up. Just want to go right in.
Oh, so it would be continue as a guest or something. This kind of-
Continue as a guest.
I don't think you can do that. You have to
Well,
sign up.
the thing about this service is that it's kind of nice when you walk into a barber store.
Yeah. for
And
the
the guy
barber,
knows your name. Like
yeah.
he can address you by your first and last name.
And it would be too easy to cancel.
Yeah.
Potentially, it's just like, yeah, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So screw this guy.
They don't
and
have my real name.
exactly. Like there's just no strings attached to
You need some
any kind of commitment at all.
Yeah. You need some commitment. You have to sign
Real
in.
commitment.
But I think it's also nice to like get the email and the phone number in there, because like if you get like a text notification on your phone, there's like, you know,
Oh,
you're having an appointment like in 2 days at this location, and then like connect Uber or whatever to it, and then boom. I mean, you know, I'm not promoting Uber here. I'm just saying like it's, you know, it's
San
convenient.
Francisco, yeah.
Yeah.
All connected. So Beth
on the
Alexander
go.
is saying that she doesn't like Facebook authentication because they can access the list of my friends, etc. So there is always this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
It is a
understand why.
privacy innovation there, you know, like of course you have to give up that, I guess, but
Yep.
so that's why I think it's important to keep like that option available, like very upfront, to just give away your name, your. So I guess like, okay, let's talk about this. So it'd be like first name, or just full name, I guess.
Mhm.
This is kind of like a developer thing, like if you should actually differentiate
Oh.
the input fields of like the first and last name.
Christian is suggesting that we could use the user's phone number. It should be enough for the identity.
Yeah, does it? Like,
Is it enough?
I mean, you definitely have a unique identity to you because you're the only one with your phone
Yeah.
number. But Barber wouldn't know your name necessarily based on that number.
I mean,
That's the only minus.
They can call me by my number. That's
Yeah.
nice. So, hey,
You're
welcome,
fine with that?
414.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe just to keep it. So it's all about keeping it simple. Like you don't want people to fill out like too much forms because they get tired of it. And they get scared and they're like, you know, like this app looks nice, but you're asking for too much, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do okay, phone number as the first thing. And then if you're asking for phone number, do we even need email?
I think it's okay. We can like just put a simple login process, you know.
Yeah, I want to keep it as simple as possible. I don't want to lose any folks off here. That's the thing. So maybe like dive straight into create a password, and then like if you already
And
are a
then you just,
user,
like,
click
put
here.
as-
I mean, this is sign up. So
Yeah.
actually like phone number and
Email, name, password. That's it. Sign up.
I think so we are still actually still gonna bring in the email here. Email, okay, and then I'm just like a little bit like email or full name. I'm not sure.
I think email's good.
Yeah, okay, and then create a password. I'm just curious if we should like have that on its own slide.
I think it's okay. We can like work more on it on the XD.
Yeah, we're gonna redefine this. This is kind of loose.
Yeah, this is like going from napkin sketches.
Yeah, this is so rough, and that's kind of what I want it to be. I want it to be really loose, so we can really redefine this digitally. And then if you already have an account, let's see, one of those early birds, already user,
Just sign.
already user, sign in here. And then CTA underneath of like, you know, continue with this stuff. And then also I forgot the Facebook Connect, so we're gonna need that as well. So actually I think like this should go underneath, and then the Facebook Connect should be this one. And then connect, and then should be just proceed. Proceed and
And then when you sign in, you're like, you tap on your date and go to the confirmation.
yeah, so right away after you fill all of this in, I think you should get like a confirmation screen.
With a big tick in the
Um,
middle.
I mean, obviously, like you can have certain ways of verification, either through email or phone. I guess like just if you're on your phone and it's a mobile app, it makes sense to just send like a verification code on SMS, and then you're in. That's the whole verification of who you are. You know, just like for those folks that think it's funny to just use all your friends' numbers in the apps, you know, just to sign up and then not use it. You can avoid any kind of trolling. And okay.
That's the confirmation.
Yeah. Let me just take a look at all the stuff we have here, because there's a lot of napkins here now. So we have, just to kind of show it to the screen here. So we have the splash screen and the discovery process, which is basically the categories. So once you're on the splash screen, the splash screen which is introducing like a video, could be some kind of branded hero celebrated moment of the identity of the app. With like a little payoff about what the app is underneath, like a little paragraph of text, with like a you know, stylize yourself now, whatever that CTA could be. You would dive straight into the selecting the categories, and then you can. So the only hole that I see in this UX that we have right now is that these categories will need to be defined based on if you're male or female, because that's really the power through this app.
You'll choose it from this step, no?
So you're choosing on the splash screen your gender?
Yeah. After the splash screen, you get an option to choose like what gender you're.
I think you should be able to choose two things after the splash screen. I think it should be location, favorite color. And the reason why I'm saying that is just I want to personalize this even a little bit more, since it has to do with something like, you know, it's a little bit designy to begin with. Like it is visual.
Okay, so you can like.
And also like if you're a girl, like you might want to pick another color scheme. Like, you know, maybe. Just a way to like make it feel a little bit different right away and not have the same UI across everything. So maybe there's like a swatch palette of, you know, 16 colors, so you can pick your favorite color and it runs through the whole app immediately as a part of like the gender and the location. So we could do.
Can make it more personalized.
Okay, so we just literally be like a box for gender and we said location. And then I will literally like have like, you know, like a way to pick
the color,
your favorite color underneath. I don't think it would be like this, like a color wheel, but it could potentially be like a predefined color set that you know would work with the topography and everything else is going to run through the aesthetics of the app later.
With circles, yeah.
Yep.
So now we just have the payment stuff left.
Well, we have a lot more left, but I think like as far as the high level of the app, I think like if you get to the payment stuff, because we still didn't really talk about like the way that the portfolio would work, or if you're considering having a map view as well to discover through. Because right now we just have this very basic feed of just basically thumbnails.
Yeah, I mean.
I think we can have an app icon up here, which is showing like, you know, maps along with the menu.
Well, we can like work more on those stuff as we go on the XD, but
yep,
as the pages go, I think the payment.
Yeah, no, I'm very tight to my napkin sketches, you know, that's why I want to get it right away on the napkins.
I think you're gonna make the app on the napkin.
Yeah, I'm gonna send this to the developer, you know, see how it handles that, you know, like it's gonna slice this out. I think, okay, good point. I think we can, okay, so did we finish the personalization? That's fine. And then let's do the checkouts, because we're running out of papers too, so let's see.
Let's check out.
Checkout would literally, like, typically checkout would be just asking for the card number, name, having a credit card on the top here, you know, like this typical fancy illustrations right here, and then have name on card, and then the card number itself, XXXXX, and then the CCV underneath with like a little question mark in case people forgot what that was, and then the month, no, day and month, oh, no, it's month and year of expiration. Month, year.
And you can like add tip percentage.
Would that be on this screen though?
You're paying. So
You're adding your
you
card.
will have the, after this you will have the amount that you have to pay, and then after that you can choose the tip amount.
Okay, so maybe like just finish this screen off with like, you know, like just make it look simple and feel simple as people are kind of like going through it, and not add more to the vertical than you need to see. So, you know, proceed, and then on the next one you could be like, but the thing is like, do you want to tip before you have the service? I don't want to tip anyone before I had the service.
No, afterwards. This is like for after the.
So you would
Well,
just
adding your card is
pay.
fine because you're gonna have to pay them.
Yeah.
So even if you're not happy with it, you're gonna have to, you know, put down the money. But like, I think as far as adding more money to the initial cost, should happen afterwards.
Yeah.
Because that's coming out of like, you know, I was super
and you have to
stoked.
review also. You will have to rate
Yeah.
the service, I guess.
So I think it's
Maybe
kind of
leave
like
a comment and maybe leave a tip.
yeah, I think it should
That
happen
would be nice.
after. You can still at this point go back.
And we receive more prototypes.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the community.
Let's bring it up.
So we have this one. Again, I think that Norway really inspired them.
Oh man, yeah, Norway and the landscapes, you know, the nature in Norway, it's hard to beat that. It's amazing.
Okay, the Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite in Norway, but close enough.
Good job.
Oh.
We have Move.
Move. I like that logo.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Logo.
And I like
Yeah,
the-
good job, dude. Looks
Pick up your
nice.
destination, the Rocky Mountain, okay? And the activities.
Yeah, I like that
Nice.
blue too.
Yeah.
It's a nice blue.
Yeah, and the icon, the illustrations are nice. It shows like
Very nice.
very cool.
And we have the Fun Vacay. Okay, with the kit. Okay, that's very... Like, if you miss the button, I don't know what to do with it. Like, it's-
These are the categories: beach, parks, landmarks, and top rated. Nice.
okay, good job, yeah. It's
Looks
good,
good.
experimenting with XD.
Yeah.
Keep sharing, because at the end of the show, in about 50 minutes, I will ask Madhis and Rolf to pick their favorite one, and the favorite one will win a Creative Cloud subscription. So keep sharing. The rules of the content is super easy. Just create a prototype with XD, at least 3 screens. The theme of the day is travel. Tomorrow it will be a different theme. You'll see.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay,
Well, this
I'm-
looks really good.
I'm seeing a lot of comment about no gender thing, so I think people don't like to have like to choose their gender before they start the process, which kind of makes
Interesting.
sense. They don't want to use like different colors. They don't want to use like, they want to have the whole app as a whole thing. We can start only by like we can have everything, because that's true. A lot of stylists work with both genders,
Across both.
and then like a lot of people want to use the same hairstylist. So I think it makes sense.
Yeah,
Not-
I
to
think
not
it's worth to
generate.
explore like maybe a different feed. The only process saw with like actually differentiating the genders was the fact that you were able to serve up like certain categories that would be irrelevant to
Yeah, just
to males, but
just
at the
as
same
far as
time,
like-
like you are eliminating one thing you have to give away, so that it's making it simpler to onboard. But yeah, I think this is something we can actually explore once we're jumping into XD. Michael, how much time do we have left on this one?
Today you have 45 minutes.
Okay,
like
okay,
50
so we're gonna get
minutes.
into XD soon. Okay, so payment, and then
adding the
Review.
adding the review and everything, so we can do. But actually, okay, so this is like the after,
Yeah,
kind of like
it's after the service.
after the journey or after the experience. So rating, of course, like, you know, add your stars if you're liking, feedback, and then, I mean, it could actually literally be that simple. And you tap on that, you get a text field, you type in, that's it. Or would we need to like force them into actually giving feedback or just rating? I mean, you could either way. You could just like do the rating and that's fine. You wouldn't need to actually write a whole feedback as you're going on this.
we can just
Okay.
wait.
Okay, so we have some really high level napkin sketches now that I'm really proud of, and we can start to like bring this into XD. And like I mentioned before, both me and Madhis were actually UI designers. and we used XD on one project before, so
Well,
we're still kind of fresh on it. Two, yeah, you did too. Oh, my bad.
I did some wireframing on my last work that I was doing
Yeah.
with my clients, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah, again, it's fast. It's so lightweight.
A lot of paper, yeah.
A lot of paper, a lot of napkins.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting greasy.
Cool. You don't need the GoPro anymore?
I think it's
you
fine
want to
for
keep
now.
it on your keyboard?
Yeah, no, you know, that might give it a little extra challenge. So we can jump into XD. So just start it from the beginning. So we're gonna do a mobile app. So I'm just gonna do the iPhone 6.7 standard template. Actually just gonna do that even from the beginning. So again, like, I'm not sure if you guys have used XD before.
This is
Probably
paper
some
that
of
we can
you
recycle.
and some of you have not used
They
it
are
before.
very worried about the trees, but this is paper that we can recycle. Not really.
Oh yeah, totally. We're all green here. You know,
All
we're not
green.
gonna put this on my wall when I get back home, so don't worry about it. It's gonna have purpose. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm basically gonna just base my wireframes in XD off of some of the napkin sketches. We're gonna redefine everything a lot more, since everything here was done extremely roughly. And hopefully like start to make some really good sense out of the stuff that we've been talking about so far. So I'm gonna dive into like the iPhone 6.7 template, which is, you know, the standard by default template. And I got my first artboard going here. I'm gonna start to play a little bit with the splash screen. Just, you know, start from the bottom. And drag in potentially what that hero moment could be for you know, either the image or whatever branded element we want to hero, if it's a photo or if it's an illustration or you know, whatever that could be. I'm gonna just make myself a swatch for something more gray to just really keep it simple. And Michael, first question to you right away. Do you guys have any rulers in XD or guides?
It's coming.
It's coming. When is it
It's
coming?
a matter of days.
Okay.
Wait.
You're very lucky.
Yeah.
It's really a matter of days.
Okay, nice. That's the first thing I was noticing I was really missing, was like, you know, something to kind of pull like some guides in
You have
right away to
smart
guide
guides.
myself.
You
So
know,
right now,
every
since I
time
don't
you
have...
move something, like you can put elements like in the back, you know, in the back layer, and
Yep.
then with the smart guides, it will play the role of guides. But yeah,
So what I will do right now, since I don't have the guides, I'm just gonna measure this with like literally creating like a different color of this, and this is probably like really my primitive way of doing it, but and I'm gonna keep this to... I'm gonna make my own guides. That's what I'm gonna do right now.
Yeah, you can also make your guides. But it really snaps. And,
Yeah, it snaps
Yeah.
really good, which is really like... And since like I kind of want to go for an editorial, you're just thinking about art direction, and the way that I'm normally working when I'm doing design is that I'm thinking about the art direction right away, even if I'm doing wireframes. I'm thinking about, you know, the padding and the margins and the way that the boxes and the scale of the boxes and everything is going to be treated from wireframes, because it just makes it easier. If you pass it on to a UI designer later, or if you're actually the UI designer executing the work, it just makes it a little bit easier for you to do the actual translation between the wireframes and the UI work. Although, like, of course, whenever you are working with wireframes, you don't want to take the wireframes literally as design in any sense, but it just makes that whole translation a little bit simpler. So I'm gonna make this a little bit wider to keep it a little bit editorial, since the theme is a little bit editorial to begin with, or the subject is a little bit editorial. And I'm gonna use the same one for the top. I just want to make sure I get all my tops and everything the same size. So typically, since you guys don't have guides right now, do you have a better way to do this as far as measuring padding than what I'm doing right now, besides moving this box around?
so you should have like indications actually for padding. Like when you move the handles on the sides, it should tell you like how much, you know, how far you are. If you have another element, okay, let me check. So we're just working on this. Oh.
Is that even a word?
what is
Conventionalize yourself. I'm not even sure. I'm like trying to be fancy with the language right now. I'm a foreigner, you know, so it's tricky. But
So yeah, no. So it's more between two elements. Like
Yeah.
if we switch to my screen, you will see here, like if you move here, it will detect that there is something right next to it, so it can directly display the space between. Yeah. And now, if I go to the right.
So if you had a shape on a clean artboard, not any other elements around it, would you be able to tell? Between the edge of the artboard?
I would use the streak.
Cool.
Or I know some users also, they do this, and then they use shift to do 20.
Yeah,
and
sure.
1, 2, 3, 5. I mean,
So I'm not gonna get too designy with this. I'm gonna keep it simple like this. I'm not even sure if conventionalize yourself is a word, but I'm gonna keep it in there for now and change it later. And then I'm gonna do a CT at the bottom, which is just gonna be like, kick off the app. So now we have the guys helping us, I like it. And then I can make this a little bit darker, maybe like add a swatch. Oh, there we go, that's fine actually. This is for the CTA, so this could be like, something like...
Oh yeah, in the chat, it's true that you can turn on the grid also.
Yeah, let's try to use the grid actually, that might help us a lot.
Good idea.
Stylize. Stylize yourself.
Mine
Get
is looking
stylized.
different. Apparently we're like doing two different.
I'm sorry I'm getting in the language thing right now in my wireframes, but I want to keep them hip. So I'm gonna try to just use some fancy language. Make it a little bit smaller. Then we gotta see.
So Madhis, you're also designing the screen at the same time.
Yes, but like totally.
Yeah, we're gonna battle right now. We're gonna, like who's the quickest one to do some wireframes? There we go.
Let's see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we're talking about it. Like, should we do like an approach where she's doing like if you're doing
work.
like
Maybe not, because we don't like do the. Yeah, let's
let's jam on this together.
Yeah.
That's fun.
See what's gonna happen.
Yeah, let's live in the moment. Okay, so this is the splash. I'm gonna rename my artboard to splash, and then just copy it over. I'm gonna keep this padding in between or 30. And the next screen would be. I like that you're using my napkin sketches as your mouse pad. I like that's beautiful.
You said you're gonna make them.
No, it's actually like
be
I can just put them right
again.
here. And I'll see them.
They need a purpose.
And then I will do the title explore.
Oh, actually, we got a nice suggestion in the chat. Yeah, if you can switch to my screen.
Sure.
Look, and then if you press Option. Press Option. Tick.
Just Option?
You get the margin, so you can move.
Yeah, I like it. It makes it better. See, like, I'm still learning XD.
Nice.
It's really what that
Thanks.
is. But you're also copying the element at the same time, it seems.
No.
No?
It's very nice actually.
Wait.
Thanks, Kevin.
So you're not duplicating at the same time?
No.
No,
I
you
think
are. If you move, if you drag and move.
if you drag it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it's more like for just holding it down to check the surroundings. So I am gonna start to work on a grid for the categories. So I'm gonna do a
repeat grid.
Yeah, repeat grid. So I'm gonna do just the categories underneath here. I'm not gonna get too literal with the language at this point, and just like shrink this box in a little bit here. And when I'm doing wireframes, I'm honestly not really too concerned with the spacing and everything. I'm gonna redefine that later in UI anyways. It's just kind of like to get the placement and the content across, framed in and planned for. Because the spacing between these looks kind of funky right now. And what I did with this, I mean, I'm sure most folks watching this already know this, but just selecting these hits, selecting the two thumbnails along with the two titles, and hitting Command R, and then just dragging into a grid, which I think is a wonderful feature. So I'm gonna call this categories. And we also talked about having genders, but I'm gonna leave this out for now since this is kind of like up in the air as far as the conversation goes about actually using genders as a part of the app. So I'm actually just gonna have the the categories for now. I do think we should actually right away. I'm gonna actually copy this over. I do think we're gonna have another screen in the middle here with asking for a few more personal preferences. So just browsing through my napkins here. about the colors, and that's actually where we're talking about colors. I mean, gender colors.
So, yeah, I mean, let's just go straight from the splash into the category.
I think like you should still ask for location. And then like the whole thing about, I feel like the whole thing about, we're actually gonna just reuse this. The whole thing about gender, we can leave it out for now, and then we can pick up that conversation when we get into UI later.
So Bean is asking, like, did you guys come up with the name of the app yet?
No, we're still working on it.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I
Nope.
have no idea, but yeah, like if you guys have any good recommendations for the names,
They were
it's
giving a lot of recommendations.
it's very
This is
welcome.
so-
So location, I'm gonna keep gender in there for now. We can delete it later. Copy this 20. Call it location. Just like by default, it would just pick your location. So let's say New York City. Actually, we're in San Francisco, so let's stay here. And whoop, that's the wrong country. There we go. Colors. So like okay, this is just my stupid little side idea, like about like picking your colors as a part of like carrying out the personality through the theme of the app.
Well,
Let's add in it for now. Again, like if you find out like it's dumb, we can just take it away. That's fine. So I think like select what's your favorite color. It could be like a subject underneath there. What's your color? I mean, since this is about nails and coloring your hair and like and makeup styling, it has a certain aspect of color. So I feel like it is a relevant thing to the whole theme of the app in a way.
Something make it more fun.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
What
guess
was-
the most important is that the user picks the color.
Yep.
Yeah. Notes, we try to anticipate the color based on the profile. That would be
You know, it's also like you let the user kind of like participate as far
Yeah,
as
in
like
the
the
styling
branding of
process.
the exactly. Yeah, it's fun for them, I think.
they can brand themselves.
You know, like if you choose the color for
Brand
it, go
yourself.
pink. You know, like it would just make it better.
That's left though.
so some
They
names.
did that
Get
already.
styled. Day style. Make it
Day
pop.
style.
Day style.
Make face. Go groom. Freshen up. 7-Up. I think 7-Up is taken.
7-Up. 7-Up. Okay, so now we have basically the gender we have, and again, like we can debate that more tomorrow if we're gonna dive into actually carrying this out as a gender-specific categorized experience or not. But I'm just gonna keep it in the vertical for now, along with the colors of the app, and then I think once the actually there should be like get going, I guess. Get going, get stylized. And then from this we don't need a CTA anymore because this is just the categories. Expand my artboard down by double clicking on the artboard and pulling down in the middle. And this is gonna be basically personalization. And categories. All right.
We're gonna have like. Can we have a more here? More button? shows
No,
on
I think like so when you're actually on the vertical of like seeing all the different categories, I think you should just like expose everything at once right away. I don't think you want to hide any categories. If we were to have more variety to the categories we have, as far as like spa, skin, like all other stuff we were talking about, then it starts to make sense to maybe have like a see more kind of feature.
Yeah.
But since we don't really have that many, I think it's fine to not create another tab to see the categories and just expose the content available right away.
Okay.
So I would probably do that. And this should not say. Should just maybe say it should probably say notification against gender. It doesn't really need a title. And again, like in design, like, you know, since I'm a designer, I'm all for changing, like if we want a title up here later because it looks better, like we could come up with a language that supports that. I think that's fine. And I think like even here, as far as like just having like some kind of like supportive text of, you know, like since you're selecting like specifically like, let's say, haircuts. I don't want the user to think that, oh, that's the only thing I can select and I can't do coloring at the same time. So I want that maybe like a supportive text underneath there, which is like, select your... I just want them to know that they have an option to like add additional services on the go, which is something we didn't do on napkin sketches, but I think it's something that should be a part of the finishing process of the booking. So let's say you are clicking on an individual which is doing haircuts, but you also want to do coloring. I think like you should just have a tap screen of adding additional services on the go. So explaining that on the Explore thing, I think is worth maybe doing. Select, again, my language skills are, you know, amazing. Explore, select.
They say pick a color or pick something. That's what they suggest. Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, who are you? Might be a little bit deep. Okay. And along with this, I'm wondering, like, you're already putting in your location in the screen before. I don't think we need to have it here anymore. We could still do like, you know, the typical hamburger navigation with.
Yeah. So what's gonna be on the?
On the hamburger navigation.
Yep.
You're asking too many questions. No, I think like it should be. I think it should be. I think it'd be like, you know, settings, like if you want to update your payment options, your locations. If you want to, if you have favorized talent and you want to, that you're following in the app that you want to like revisit and to have a list view of. I think it's worth posting that. Your profile, yeah. If you want to change your avatar, you know, update your bio so they can know more about you. Even like updating photos of yourself to get feedback on styling of your beard, haircuts, anything. I think that's also a place that would live. I also think we should have filters here potentially. So, and we're gonna have to talk about what those filters potentially are. But
Map of beauty.
Map of beauty, Insta beauty. I guess it's tricky today to launch an app with starting with Insta.
Yeah.
Insta?
Yeah.
Oh, is that taken?
I think so.
Okay. You know, like this good old
Shine time. It's not easy to pronounce. Shine time.
Shine time.
Style and beauty. Maybe.
Right. Again, like I think when we are revisiting the icons tomorrow, we're gonna do them a little bit better in Illustrator, but for now they're gonna, you know, be this good old.
Yeah. Or with XD you can draw some icons like.
Oh yeah, you can literally draw stuff in XD. Yeah, totally. So we have some filters. We have a hamburger navigation, and if you want to be super fancy with the hamburger navigation, we can always do this. Look at that. Now it's somewhere original right away. And what else?
That's maybe it. Huh?
But I do feel we need a supportive copy. I don't want to get too much in on the copy right now. I know we're just wireframing roughly, but I think we need a supportive copy saying like select your preferred service.
Yes, select your
service, and then also you can also add
select your service.
You can also add additional services. I need a copywriter. You know, that's what I need. Select the preferred service. You can also add additional services before checkout, or you know, like during the process. I'm not gonna get too literal in the language right now because then I'm gonna get stuck here for hours. But I think like I just want to get the message across, and this is where you typically would work with a copywriter to get the language right and keep it short and sweet. So for now, with my language skills, that's what we're gonna stuck with that for now.
Yeah, I think we can change those stuff as we go.
So we had some people asking about drawing in XD. So
Yep.
I want to show you a feature that is very different from Illustrator. So you can do it in Illustrator, but it's not by default. And I think it's super powerful when it comes to drawing icons and this type of stuff. So
Yep.
if you just do two shapes, and by the way, there is a pen tool too that you can just use. So if I click here, double click, so I get my anchor points, make them straight. Whoop. Okay, I want to break you here. Okay, just do a simple shape like this. So it's interesting when you start using the pathfinder, in XD. It has a completely different behavior. So let's say I use these two shapes, and I will use the pathfinder to merge these shapes.
Yep.
And you get
Wow,
this. But
so
at
cool.
any time, I can come back.
And you can still modify it. I like that. So it's not still. It's not
not this-
really a part of the shape, but it is a part of the shape.
So
I
it
like that. It's
remembers all the
sneaky.
shapes.
That's
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
cool.
it's keeping a record.
So you
of the
can
fact
come
that it's
back
still-
and change the scale and just select out and boom.
That's awesome.
Makes it so easy.
Yeah.
Super easy.
That makes life easier. Gonna copy this just back in here. What I like about this is always to copy it back and it keeps the position.
Yeah, it's
Um,
so easy to copy paste it.
So we have
Gonna need your. Oops.
so we basically have the feed to a certain point with categories. Then you should see the talent feed.
So we can.
That's the next thing.
You can go to the feed, right?
Yep. I'm just gonna call it talent feed for now. Explore. You can keep the tell explore. That's fine. But if you're doing a map view, I'm just questioning with this kind of app if it makes sense to have an app view or not. I mean a map view or not.
Map view.
Yeah, like you're kind of like Yelp or whatever. Like they all have it, but
No,
no.
I don't think so.
That's a clear no.
You don't need map view, but maybe at the end somewhere that it shows I think underneath the profile of the stylist, they can say where they work at the moment,
Yep.
like the salon they're working at, and that can have an address and a zip code and the name of the salon, and that's it. I don't think you necessarily need need a map until the last steps that you confirm with your appointment, and you can see it on the map. You can see the location on the map when you're confirmed. I think in the beginning of the process, just knowing where the salon is enough.
Yeah, so whenever you're kind of checking out and done with the booking, you would just get like a map view at the bottom.
Yeah, to know where you have
And then
to
you can
go.
send that to your phone, and then you have the whole address, and you can just open it in any preferred map app you have on your
Exactly.
phone. Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, so let's do a feed for the talents here. And just delete all this stuff, and then copy this in. And we name. So we didn't really redefine too much what's gonna be in here. I guess like name, rating.
And the place that they're working at, the location, the salon or the barber shop.
Establishment.
Yeah, establishment, or it's gonna be a name of.
And rating. Okay, again, like I think we have to see how this play out in the UI, if it's gonna make sense to keep everything on a line like this, or if you have to have a little bit more space, or stack it a little bit more.
And you're gonna have the image of the person, or.
It's really not important with the image of the individual. I feel
that's
like.
the Explorer.
Yeah, I feel like you can have that on their profile just as a recognizing element when you're seeing them in the
When you
store.
enter the shop.
Yeah, But as far as here, just to get like a first impression of their work and not like have any judgment the way that they look or whatever. It's really about their work and nothing else. So I think like just to keep it clean here, I think makes sense. And then here I think like find what you're looking for. We're gonna redefine this language tomorrow, but
So I think they're asking, what is this app about?
Yeah.
It's about finding stylists, hairdressers, regardless of the place they're working, and just noticing their work, and like it's more focused to people who are doing the styling rather than the establishment or the salon.
Yeah, it's really about connecting the user or the consumer of the app with the individual, if it's a barber or if it's a stylist or hair cutter, instead of like focusing on the establishment itself, to just get the service and the quality of the service made more specific, and also that the feedback and the rating way more specific attached to that individual. That's really the core of this app, which is something that is rare. I don't really have seen too much of that out there today, so that's why this comes off as a little bit new. Okay, so we have a feed for the talent.
So Mahdis is asking, can we drag and drop vector files in XD? Yeah, so you just have to, if you work in Illustrator, you just have to copy paste actually. Anything in Illustrator, copy and paste, and it will become a vector object, SVG actually, directly in XD.
So I literally, just like Michael said right now, I just dropped this straight in from Illustrator right now, which is like a hamburger navigation for my wireframes. I have a few icons made here, which was made for this app actually. So I have the filters. I can literally just kind of like, if you're on a Mac, it's gonna be Command-C, Command-V to get it in here, and then I just outlined all my strokes to make it easier for me to scale it down. If you want to modify the width of the stroke, you don't want to do that. You want to keep it, of course, open, so you can modify it later. But yeah, in short, actually, XD is wonderful with supporting vector graphics, and I want to keep this the same heights and size. I'm just gonna make sure they're the same, and here's snapping wonderfully along. And then okay, so we got a talent feed. We can copy this into now the profile. Yeah, it's like half Norwegian, half English.
So we're moving on to the
so this will be the profile. So I'll just take all this stuff away. I don't think we need navigation or anything on the profile page. It's just going to be focusing on the individual. I'm gonna take this. So one question for you, Michael. As far as one thing I'm really missing in XD is kind of like when you're, so let's say I have a font here, which is, let's say I'm using Vanguard.
Yeah.
And it has a specific styling.
Okay.
Let's say it's, Vanguard, 25 points, bold, black. And I'm copying this. Oh wait, is it copying the styling? Yeah, so if I want to rename, just copy this here. I can't do that styling wise. In Photoshop, it actually copies the styling or the formatting of the typography. You know what I mean? Like if I want this styling to be here, it's just keeping Helvetica.
Oh.
And also like if I'm now hitting, like I just recently came out of using Vanguard.
Oh,
let's say I'm doing UI work and I am always using Vanguard as my master font through everything. It's still gonna default to Helvetica every time I'm doing like a new text field.
I see.
Is there a way to work around that? As far as like almost like using swatches in a way for typography?
Yeah, so I'm trying to find it. Okay, so when you, if we switch to my screen, so when you work on, let's say, a master title, like this with a hierarchy, maybe I can create another one that would be my subheader. This is my sub, and I would use, in this case, something lighter, maybe in 32. And this is something that you want like all over your app, and maybe you will decide to change it.
Yep.
So what I would do is that I would open the assets panel, and then select my text field and create a new character style. So you see here it will save your character style
Oh, cool.
depending on what you select. So now let's say that I have some lorem ipsum here, and this is Helvetica for the moment, okay? So I can select the style and it will just apply it.
Okay.
Or let's say, okay, it's a header. And let's say that this is in, I don't know, like 100 different screens, everywhere around my project. What you can do here is right-click and say Edit, and then you will have a new
The
text
option of
menu.
going back into edit in the template
Yeah.
of the typeface.
And say, now finally I want to use maybe Acumin Pro, and it will change it everywhere
Nice.
in your app.
I like it.
So it's like a symbol, but for a character style.
Yep.
Like a dynamic symbol. And this is the same for colors. So if you define some colors in the assets panel, and you use this color like everywhere, you can come here, right-click, edit, and then change the value, and it will change the value everywhere, you see, in my project.
Very cool.
Nice. Yeah, that's gonna be coming handy in the the whole topic of like trying to differentiate styles or colors.
Oh yeah, for
Throughout
the
that.
colors. Yeah.
We're gonna play
For
with
the
that
profile.
tomorrow for
Yeah.
sure. It's gonna be a part of
Should
it.
be cool.
Nice.
So easy to work with.
So I'm gonna keep on just rolling out this profile to get a little bit more done with it. Let's see, I'm gonna keep the squares with me. That's the avatar of the user. So this would be like a a cover, kind of like a cover, Facebook cover / Twitter cover in the back of their work. And then their name.
Any new name coming?
I don't want to copy the whole thing.
We have so many names. We need to start.
We need to start picking one.
Well,
So let me.
the
Yeah.
problem is that a lot of it is with hair and stuff, that it makes it like very specialized to hair.
To
So
hair,
we
okay.
need something that is like very broad, that like covers everything.
That covers everything. So hair, nails, skin.
Skin, beauty.
In the defense of the hair suggestions, though, like it is very hair specific. Like the majority of the services are gonna, range around here.
Yeah, but you don't want to lose audience either
Yeah.
by having just like one thing.
True. Yeah.
And the name. So
Point
keep
taken.
the names coming. We still have 2 more days.
Style guide.
And think about like someone who would look for it, like
Caesar style.
what would be the search? What would you type in the search engine of the App Store?
Yep.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And if it's in the name, boom, bonus points. You go to the top.
Yeah.
Same on Google.
Scissor hands.
Scissor hands. That's cool.
I like it.
Like style, I'm not sure I would type
Scissor
style. I
Yeah.
would type
Maybe like
beauty finder, or like
And a few stars here.
body spa, the freestyler,
make me look good.
the style book, like a fun
That's
book.
Style book. Yeah.
good. In stylized, no,
Style book.
we cannot start with Insta. It's already taken. Beautify,
Have you guys seen my stars? They're
Picker
pretty
Pro.
swag.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna keep it like this for now. Make it simple.
Glam book.
What
nice.
was the shortcut
Oh.
for merging layers together as far as vector objects? Is it in like a?
This is like a.
What do you want to do?
I want to merge these two together, so when I'm doing opacity, I don't get that transparency through.
Oh, you can use the pathfinder, I guess.
It's like.
Yeah, in here, the first one, the merge.
And 5.
Yeah. There we go.
Sweet. Okay.
Look at that star.
Yeah, that's a good start, right?
It's very stylized.
Beautiful. Yeah, you guys
Vintage,
just wait and see.
yeah.
Yeah, vintage. Already stylish.
The Mimi 7. Oh my god. That's smart, because I would search for meme, and I would find it. Yeah.
Book me.
Okay. So we got the rating down, and then I want a little bio underneath there. Does XD come with any kind of pre-fill lorem ipsum dummy text, so I can just fill in like Illustrator has? With the-
No, but there is a nice feature where you can have a text file.
Yep.
You create one text file, like with one item per line, and you drag and drop it on the text field, and it will populate it in the repeat grid.
Oh, wait, so how do I get the dummy text to begin with?
Oh, you need to create it.
I need to. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to Lorem Ipsum here.
Yeah, Glambook is nice.
Glam book, like Facebook or a phone book.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm
And
not on
there-
Wi-Fi, so I'm
Like a
not gonna do that.
directory. Yeah.
It has Glam and booking.
I can put you on the Wi-Fi if you want.
Let's see here.
I will put you on the Wi-Fi. Maybe we can switch the camera so we don't share the password. Okay. Here we go.
Sweet. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, they use Unsplash. I love Unsplash.
Oh yeah, Splash is.
Oh, it's for to find pictures, right?
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
For
So
free.
like we did a whole study with photos here, which we're gonna revisit tomorrow for
That's
the
cool.
visual process.
That's awesome.
So I think now you can sync. I haven't tried, but
I'll sync with Unsplash.
now with Adobe Stock, which is also
Oh, yeah, of course.
yeah.
a stock
Yeah, yeah.
of pictures.
Adobe Stock has very good
Because now
pictures.
that they are, we just introduced the Creative Cloud libraries. Let me check actually. If I take one of my libraries,
I overheard a conversation with the gentleman that was here before us today that you can do some really neat stuff with, like literally doing photo retouching in Photoshop, linking the photography with the cloud, and then it's gonna update live as you drop it into XD, which looked really sweet actually.
yeah, I can show you.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
would be awesome.
So, okay, so let's say you have a designer like working in Photoshop. Okay, what do you need? Tell me.
As far as photography goes,
hair.
yeah, if you can find something right here, even this guy with a beard is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
that's good.
hipster? Okay.
Yeah, another hipster. We need more of
so
those.
I will
you know?
search on Adobe
Yeah.
Stock another hipster. You let me know which one you like, okay?
Pretty much like all hipsters, you know.
Which one do you like?
Isn't it cool?
This guy is cool? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's take this one. So I will add it to my Creative Cloud library. It's called A Man with a Red something. With a red head and colorful glare in eyeglasses. Okay, so that's the name of the picture. Okay, good to know. So it's in my library. So now if I go here, if I open my Creative Cloud library, it should sync. What is the name of this library? Adobe Live UX. Okay, should be here. Okay, here we go. So I can drag and drop it here. And okay, it's in my composition now.
Nice.
But if I double click here, and actually it's a preview, which is also very cool for prototype. You don't have to license all the pictures. You can just use previews. So you get the watermark, but if the customer at the end tells you, okay, I really need this picture, you can license it at any time. Actually, you know what? Maybe if I can license the image right now, because I feel that you really like this picture.
I love it. Yeah, that
I
guy's
can
making my
tell.
day.
I can tell.
It's a good one. It's gonna be
Now
the
it's syncing.
fanboy for the whole.
Okay. And if I come back to XD, no more watermark. It's already in
Wow.
sync.
Ah,
And now if I
Magic.
double click and okay, let's use maybe the levels to change the treatment. See, I wanted to make it more like softer. Can we do something like this? Oh, okay, I will use this one. Make it really more hipster, like there is no black in my picture. Everything, the word is so soft, you know, with a S curve like this. Yeah, the word is so soft. So I can save. JPEG option, oh, okay. And okay, it's already in sync in XD.
yep. So it's updating
Um,
live. I like it.
Wow, that's so nice.
But the good news is that you can work on the picture in Photoshop in the Creative Cloud library. Madhis can be in XD working with this asset, and
Yep.
it will sync like she won't even notice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you can really work
I
in real
really like
time
that.
thanks to the Creative Cloud libraries. So it has just been released last week. Okay, it's in File, Open Creative Cloud libraries.
Nice. So next time you have a presentation, I'm gonna really screw you on that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the library elements in a way. So when you are doing something in Illustrator and you're pouring it into Photoshop, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a linked smart object in the cloud.
Yep.
To be precise.
Love it.
Yeah.
Makes our life easier.
It does for sure. Collaborative, you know. So for our profiles here on the napkin sketches, we had a few more things we need to get in here.
So I would suggest
We got the rating, we got the
having the
little blurb of copy.
having the place they're working right away, because that's gonna matter as far as the location.
But so in the context of barbers, they're really jumping chairs a lot.
Not
they're not.
that much.
They are. They're not really like working in one saloon. Like they're
Okay.
really no.
But you want to know where you're going to, so
Yeah, the address
it's
is
important
kinda-
to have it at least here.
Like I would search in my district.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would make sure it's not maybe at the other part of the city, so it will take me like 30 minutes to get there.
So it'd be like, okay, let's do Soma.
Yeah, Soma, which is a
Is that a
district in
legit
San Francisco. Yeah, it's a
term to
legit
use?
one.
That's
Yeah,
legit.
Soma. South Market.
San
So
Francisco.
stylist.
No, there was one I really liked. I think it disappeared up the stream here.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long one. It was ironic. Now you guys tell me if you want to start to look at some names.
I really
if you
like
guys think
that
like we should like
glam
start to
book.
revisit some names.
I like that glam book,
Yeah,
style
draft.
book,
That's right.
because
So
like
what
you know,
what did you like,
the
Madhis?
glam book or style book.
Oh, the glam book, like a directory.
Yeah, because like you know you
glam
have
book is
the
nice.
you
Yeah.
have the booking aspect of it, and it's kind of glamming.
Should we go for glam book?
Glam book is
I
nice.
kind of like the glam book.
Okay, let's go for glam book.
And now we need the logo.
You have
Guys,
24
get into
hours.
it.
Okay, so maybe
24 hours? You have 2 minutes. Let's go. Let's do a logo.
now maybe you
We
can
need
come
a
back
logo.
tomorrow because we'll be live with Rolf and Mahdis tomorrow at the same time, and you can have a
Come
logo
back,
ready.
please.
So the name of the app is Glam Book. Okay?
Yay to
Be
glam
ready.
book. Thanks, guys.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Alisa,
Yay,
good job.
Elisa, thank you.
So I'm gonna try to wrap up on the profile before we get tossed off here.
Yeah, we have 8 minutes together.
8 minutes.
We
all
also
right.
have to pick a prototype. Okay, we'll do that in 2 minutes. But the prototype has been featured.
We
You
can
have to
do.
tell me which
yeah.
one is your favorite
Oh
one. Okay?
yeah, let's.
We
do
can dive
that.
into that now if you guys want to do that first.
Yeah, we can
let's
like
do that now.
continue.
So-
yeah.
As a reminder, and again, if you share some prototype during the show, I will feature it also during the next show. So don't be scared. We'll try to feature all your prototypes.
Stealing all your ideas now. I love it.
So we have 3 new ones actually. The best new sky to travel. Oh, it's about star
Ooh.
maps. Okay, it's nice. We have a suit app also, which is new.
Cool. Bali.
Okay, Bali.
Oslo.
Oslo.
There's
Oh,
a
they're
lot
really trying
of
their
way
best, huh?
there.
Yes.
Really trying their best to please you. Huh?
Oh, I like it. It's beautiful.
And Travelly is a new one too. Where do you want to go?
That's clean.
Okay, we can add a picture. Add a new trip. Okay, you plan your trip. Oh, and you're happy. Okay, good. And there is the hamburger. Nice.
Nice.
Good job
Yeah.
on Travelly.
Looks nice.
And as a reminder, we had this one. You remember? We
It's getting
had
more complete.
this one. What was the name again? It was a good name. Yeah, Move. With the Rocky Mountains. We have the Femme Vaquet with the very big buttons. with a lot of contrast. We had Be Safe. It was
Be
at the beginning of the
Safe is
show.
nice.
Oh yeah, with the nice illustration at the bottom at some point, I remember. Where was it? Ah. Here.
Nice.
We had the test travel, maybe a mountain, maybe exotic. So I guess it was the first prototype. It was nice. The 3 days in San Francisco. We start in very good bakery. Where should I go? With lobster. Tripo. With New York. I mean, so many good entries. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
And the Travel Go-Go. With a very small back button. Okay, you have to pick one.
Okay. How should we?
I
I
really
really.
like that.
I
You're
think we're
going
talking about
too
the same
fast,
one, right?
Michael. This one is
Yes.
cool.
I mean,
Which one?
This one.
The
is-
Move?
The Move and Be Safe.
This-
Move and Be Safe are both good, huh?
this feels very completed to me in a sense that
Yeah.
it's very like
And I think
aesthetically there. You know what I mean? Like they made a logo. They have nice illustrations.
I really like the illustration. It adds
Yeah.
a lot to it. And Be Safe has good icons, which is like.
This is nice. Yeah, I like the
I really
backpack
like
and the lines and
And
everything.
these
That's-
icons that you can choose like how you moving around and stuff.
Yeah.
So these two are my favorite.
Yeah, both are very good.
Yeah,
This
it's
is hard.
to choose.
This is not that easy. Yeah.
Okay, you are true guests, so actually. Maybe we
yeah.
can give away two. What do you think?
Yes.
Oh,
To
really?
both of them, yeah.
Yay!
Wow.
Because they are both very good. Okay, so we will give away a Creative Cloud subscription to the authors of Be Safe
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good
and
job.
Move. Yeah, because they are really awesome.
Looks so good.
Good job. And good job to everyone. We will feature more prototypes. We received a lot of entries during the show. Oh my god!
Awesome work.
I'm checking the file now. It's huge. Oh my god! I can have an like 2 hours of just featuring prototypes now.
Whoa, there are
It's
more
insane.
coming.
It's very good. Okay, so we have 2 minutes left. Okay, so what's the plan
Yeah.
for tomorrow?
So tomorrow we're gonna actually continue on this. We're gonna wrap up on the wireframes. So we're gonna walk into actual design. We're gonna do a little bit of branding and also think about like literally how to differentiate from the typical iconography and expected treatments of logos and everything, which is like a lot of outlines these days.
And maybe we'll have a logo from the community.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
we're gonna probably
Glam
embed that in with the branding we're doing as well. So I think like all this can come together organically in a way that is gonna feel very unique in a cool app design.
Yeah, please do a logo for Glambook.
Yeah, and I love the name. It's so good. You know, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
We
good
were
job,
struggling with
Alisa.
the name for over a year, so now we have it. Fantastic.
Okay, so that's great. And so we will still be live for 4 hours. So the next show is with Nick and Ian, and they work in the video game industry.
Nice.
So they design UX experience and UI for video games, and they worked on a famous one. So I'm not a huge gamer, but every time I was talking about these games, everyone was like, "Oh my god, I play these games!" So stay with us because it will be like very different, completely different approach and experience. And then within 2 hours, we will be live with Tallinn and Danielle, and they both work in the Adobe XD team. So you will meet them also, so you can give some feedback about XD, and they will actually design a feature, an upcoming feature for Adobe XD using XD on user voice. So we have a website, user voice, where you can submit features, vote for features. So they will pick one and say, okay, let's try to design it and see how it would behave in Adobe.
That's
XD.
gonna work. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that should be very, very good.
Can't wait.
Okay, so do we have some feedback? Yeah, make sure to say thank you to our friends Madhis and Rolf for playing the game of designing live and
Yeah. Well, thanks for
It
having us.
Starting
was
on paper.
Awesome to be.
Yeah. All the napkin
we will
sketches.
recycle
You know, I'm gonna
with
frame
the
them
napkin
in.
sketches,
Yeah.
like
It's Picasso right there. You know.
huge drawing skills. Super
And the
impressed.
writing skills. I
And
would
writing
say
and lettering.
The language. I'm telling
Maybe you will
guys,
come back
watch
for
out.
maybe you will come back for the lettering
Lettering
show.
live.
I mean, who knows? That was very good. Thank you all for all your great questions and for sharing so many prototypes. I will show more prototypes during the next show, okay? Because I mean, how many? Oh my god, I have like at least 22 prototypes to share that has not been featured yet on the show. This is awesome. Oh, this was your first live session, Julio. That's great. Thanks for watching. From Colombia, we are live from San Francisco, and again, they will be back tomorrow at the same time. You can subscribe, by the way. There is a subscribe feature on Behance. If you didn't do it, it's in the schedule tab. You can subscribe, and you will be notified by email next time we go live. So next week is about graphic design. Then within 2 weeks about illustration. But this week it's about UX design and how to use Adobe XD. Okay.
Cool.
Thank you, Madhis. Thank you,
Thanks
Rolf,
for
and
having
see you
us.
tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
was fun.
and for you, see you in 5 minutes with Nick and Ian. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay.